देखिए देखिए सब समझते हैं, सब टोकते हैं, लेकिन फिर यही सब काम का रोटी बना दिया कर दिया, चीज के लिए तो लगता है कि हम झाड़ू दोबारा दे रहे हैं, झाड़ू पोछा वाला तो रोज मिल जाएगा, करने के लिए कोई नहीं मिलेगा।
सही बात है। Hi. What to say? Anji? Hi everyone. Since I can't hear you, any one of you, I don't assume that everybody is here or how many people are here. I could just see my just 2 people only, not even anyone from the campus. All right. Good morning, dears. My name is Amit Kumar. Presently, I am in Bangalore. I have been passed out of 1991-1996 batch. It was class 10th, where I was the last year I have spent there. After 96, I have moved out of the JNB, which has been one of the dramatic moment in my career. Although I still cherish all those old days, 1991 to 1996. Having been here, my purpose is that I should be able to share the experience with you. Some query you have in the life today, any doubt if you have, you can talk about it. I do not want you to get misled, illusioned with today so many informations available across, and each one of them are misleading. So it's better to learn from somebody who has already made the mistake, who has more experience. So that's how I'm here. Credit goes to Premjit, who has been very, very instrumental in doing this kind of activity, and I am sure you all can make a lot of it. So it's all about you. You can one by one, you can type your query, you can communicate to me. Having been Sunday, I have chosen this day that I will have a lot of time to spend with you people without getting much disturbed. Yes, anyone? Or do I need to tell some more thing about me, where I am, what I am doing? Well, I feel that that's not more relevance. What is there that what you people are doing it? All right, everyone. I think no one is coming forward with a lot of queries. Presumably that maybe people are just thinking of another one to take the initiative. So the leadership is missing, I believe so. But nevertheless, my first thing is that don't hesitate. It has been the opportunity to you. So just type in or talk about it. Anything comes to your mind. Never think that what the people are going to think about you. That's not the way. Whenever we are given opportunity. So the first thing in leadership is that don't hesitate. Think that everyone is full there, and since you have been given the opportunity, it is you who is standing out, and that's why we all need to talk about it. Now coming back to one of my colleague has talked about that what's the most people from the Bihar face a problem. The problem definitely we all have is all about our mother tongue. So mother tongue being in Hindi, and in Hindi also we all speak a very a peculiar, or I would say a patterned one. Our Hindi is all about most of emphatic sentences and the words. So however, whenever we pronounce any English word, it all comes with the Hindi things, and that's how we all are very distinctive when you open our mouths. And when we talk in English, anybody is able to make it about, oh, you all from Bihar. But however, it doesn't make much difference. Let me tell you, people, it's all about in people mindset. And I am one of the example. I can tell you that having been from Bihar, and that too from inside the hotel, I need to talk a lot about the English, and that's a communication language we have inside the hotel. However, so I tell you my own story. When I started my career, so it was 2002 when I was there, and I started like a receptionist in the hotel, and being very second or third day, my supervisor told me, Amit, you are a Bihari, you supposed to be a bellboy. Bellboy is something a porter job in the hotel, and you don't even speak English, so better you be at the bell desk and start learning the job. This has a lot of you could say that demoralizing you when you come out of the college, hotel management college, and you stand there with them, and then they say you that, oh, just because of English, you're supposed to be a bellboy. So although I took it like a challenge, I can't share with anyone, but then I started learning the English from the hotel there, and going through all the Times of India, underwriting all the things, learning all the vocabularies. And however, we all Bihari, we all are like never give up attitudes. What we lack is that our own surroundings. Our surrounding does not help you in learning the pronunciations. The pronunciations, it's all about correcting yourself. Sometimes we are really not sounding the way the English should sound. So that's what it is. But it is nevertheless, it's a kind of a limitation to all of us. Okay. However, one need to just learn the the way any word is pronunciation is done. So it's it's a root cause for a lot of Biharis. They are not able to rule the management world, at least. Okay. However, we are able to get through our UPSC, our everything, but not of lot of corporate positions, we are still not able to come up. So that's a communications having been every knowledge inside with us, but now how to come over, how to get over all these problems. So the problem is all about learn a lot of vocabularies, learn a lot of the way we all are interested in the Hindi movies, the way we all interested in talking in the Hindi. Let us be devoting some more time in English also, and that's how it's all about learning day to day. So in Hindi, we all are known as pioneer. We all are known as the Bihar and the UP people. They should be the best in the Hindi. Similarly, the English is also it's no one else fiefdom. It's all about we can think about it. We can do a lot of work on towards it. Maybe listening to sometime accentuated English. That's how it is supposed to be. So wherein the Delhi and Mumbai people go far ahead than any typical Bihari person. It's all about their accent. And today there are a lot of ways available. You can go on the YouTube. You can also listen to a lot of English talks in news or debate. Sometime watching English movies gives you a lot of ideas about the pronunciation. So that's a common things. I think we all work towards it right from the school days. That helps you a lot rather than starting and thinking about it later in the career. So that's how it's all about English things. I hope I am making a sense, the people who have talked about it. To tell you something, very typical things about the English learning. So there was a time in, we were all given hotel accommodations, and we all executives were staying together, and then, like-minded people. So we all, 2-3 people, made a group kind of, and thought of, okay, how to, overcome these challenges. So we used to, read Times of India a lot, and, we had the Collins dictionaries, the Collins Pocket Learner dictionaries, which was English to English. Please come out of your traditional Bhargava dictionaries, the Bhargava English to Hindi. Never refer that English to Hindi dictionaries, rather than go by the English to English. Maybe it's Oxford, or maybe it's Collins one, or anyone, in fact, for that sake. And the second is, seeing a lot of movies. So we all were, at that time I was in Ahmedabad, and we, after a shift in the evening, at 12 o'clock in the midnight, we will go to the IIM areas and we'll buy some CDs. Okay, definitely not those Bollywood, but the movies of James Bond or Hollywood movies. We will run it on our TV. We will go through it so slowly, because we were not able to, catch upon those all accentuated English. And thanks, nowadays you have the, English script going on along with the movies, so it makes you a little easier to understand. However, it was not there available. So what we used to do, we used to make it, slower videos. We just need to repeat a lot times the videos, and we'll try to, learn what that actors, or, what the events are going on. So that was one of the, very, kind of say funny way of learning the English. And then we used to confront each other, by saying a word, saying, like, let's say there is a word called culling, C-U-L-L-I-N-G, culling. So culling is a very common word in terms of, it's all used to, it's about killing. So killing and culling. Culling is a bird. So whenever, so these are all the vocabularies, you can think of like a little refined English. So most of the time in Hindi, we know so many words for a same thing. However, in English, you may not be knowing, similar words for the, for the same thing. So it's all about refinement of your vocabularies. Maybe you can make a self-help group wherein you all can talk to the people, and this debate can go on till the one gives a word where there is no any meaning out of it. Okay, so that's about some of the funnier way of learning the English. So we all used to confront each other with different words. Sometimes even talking like a buxom. Now, what is a buxom? B-U-X-O-M. That might pronounce. You can all go through the dictionaries. So going through all these words, we are not knowing all about these words. Yeah. So somebody says that there is some class going on in the school campus, and they are not ready for the live interactions. All right. So maybe we can end up this discussion now here. And a suitable time, any day on any Sunday, mostly on Sunday I'm available. Okay, and I can go by the time. Okay, so there is a suggestion that it can be watched later on also. So the second topic is the time management. So time management is something about there is a beautiful word in the English. We say that procrastination. So procrastination is nothing, something like that. Kal dekhte hain. So procrastination, that's what we all go through about it, and that is about killing. It's a killing for your professional, for your personal, and everywhere. And in Sanskrit, you say alasya mahan ripu. So alasya mahan ripu is nothing, the same thing. So all about the time management. One needs to really be very, very calculative, the way we all do the financial management. So something like the time management. 7 p.m. Premjit, I don't think so. It will be possible for me by 7 p.m. today. I have some more engagements. Okay, so that's the time now. Or maybe post lunch, we can just before 5 p.m. between 3 to 5, I think, anytime between 3 to 5. 7 is something I will have to make, at least 1 week in advance. I'll have to talk about it. Then only 7 p.m. All right, so time management. So let's say come back to the time management things. So time management is something like we all know about what's going to be there. So first thing what we need to understand about is like financial management. So when we have the money, especially inside the campus, we have been given a very, very less amount of money. That's called pocket money. Sometimes it is 5 rupees, sometimes it is 10 rupees. I'm sure now it must be 100 to 500 rupees. Okay, so I'm talking about 1991. It was just used to be 5, 10 or 15, 20 rupees. So think about it. It's like money. Definitely we need to spend very, very judiciously and not without having any goal in the mind. So whenever we spend any money, we have some goal in the mind, right? That we are going to buy it or we are going to save it, something like that. So when we spend time, we all need to have some kind of goal in the mind that this time is going to be beneficial for what? Is it for my personal goal? Is it for the society? Is it for the professional? But something has to be there. It cannot be spent like means the way we also don't spend the money. Similarly, time also cannot be spent like anything. So one need to be really, really very, very careful. So something like example I will give you maybe in the campus. So spend some time on the learning some good English vocabularies. Go through some Hollywood movies. Go through some English news. Okay, Hindi comes automatically to us because we are all having mother tongue Hindi. So no need to be so much emphasis on the Hindi things, but definitely English things. And time management is all about completing the things well in the time, and not getting beyond of that. So maybe it's about your homework, maybe about your game, maybe about your PT, maybe about your cleaning uniform, maybe about your all routine work. So having said that, time management is dedicating, balancing it, everything, every activities within the prescribed time. So that's about the time management. When you come out of the school, there are a lot. You have the office life, you have the personal life, you have time with the kids, you have many more in fact. But all discipline comes from the school campus. Believe me, the people who are really good into this, you all have heard of Mr. Ambani, Mr. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, any bigger. You talk about any successful person, and mind you, they are all early risers. The most common among them is all early risers. They are not the late night people who are nocturnal birds, and late night waking up and mugging all your chapters. Okay. Rather than you become early riser, be a 4 o'clock, be 4:30, 5 o'clock, whichever the time suits you, be early riser. The biological clock of the body does not permit you to be, awakening entire late night and doing all your activities. So I was also one of them. I was a kind of person who was waking up late night and mugging all the Telugu things sometime in the class, in the campus. However, it is not. So should be a early riser. That's a good one. You have a lot of energy in the morning. So finish all your heavy works, the things which requires a lot of stress in the morning, then afternoon, and then so that's about the time management. Maintain some kind of goal, write in a diary, maintain the personal reminders, maintain your calendars. These days Google Calendar helps you a lot to remind you of everything. So that's all about the time management. I would be more happy if it was interactive sessions. Somebody would have asked the questions, query, that gives you more rhythm. It looks like that I'm like a news reader. These days, even like a news reader also, I have some correspondent or somebody asking questions. Yeah, anything more, something in the window will help me out, to talk about. I think I have spoken about the English. I have spoken about the time management. There is a very interesting story about my hotel management. So if you all want to be recorded, I would say that. How did I, land up in the hotel management? So one of the, our batchmate, Vikas Chandra, who is roll number 334, section B. So he is witness to that hotel management story of mine. And to some extent, even Sudhir Singh, roll number 298, batch A. So how does it go about? It's all about, I was considered to be a meritorious student of my batch, and having said that, you all can see I am the number one in terms of securing the marks in class 10. However, to tell you a kind of psycho fear, I did not go to the school, at least after knowing even the result has been published, and I did not go to the school because I never wanted to face that, did I even pass? So that kind of psycho fear I always had about myself. There was no any confidence in me, despite having been, pre-CBSE topper even. And, during my days, there was a, that's for the first batch. When Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalayas, they all started doing the, special tuitions for the students who secure a good marks in pre-CBSEs. So me and along with Randhir, 297, we were sent to Bhojpur, Ara Navodaya, bihar. And but doing all those interactions, I never had that confidence that even I will be able to pass the class 10th board exam, because it was not about one subject. It was just not about that, securing maths marks or securing Hindi marks. I was not sure about the social science, social studies. Okay, so to tell you the truth, in social studies, there was a subject called civics, 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 Nagarik Shastra. So there were at least dozens of chapters which I have never gone through prior to the exams. So it was only in the Navodaya Vidyalaya, where our exam center was just 4 days back, in the in sugarcane fields. We all were going there and reading all the chapters, just to making sure that, okay, anything comes up, I'll be able to write it. So there was something about it. People must have thought about me that Amit is very meritorious student. Amit is going to be number one. However, in actually, it is not. I was just an ordinary student, just trying to try my luck with all my efforts, and that's how it was. So, whenever the question paper was presented, immediately I went to all the civics section first, and try to figure out which are the questions, so that and I would write all those words even. Okay, in the rough things. So in social science also, I have a rough sections, in fact, not in the math section, but in social science also I have the rough sections. So that's what about class 10th board exams. And having been declared the result in by 3rd of May itself on that year, in 1996, but I'd never went to the Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya Jethian, just to having fear that if my name is not there, how do I communicate to my parents? Having said that, at least 3-4 times reminder from my parents. Finally, I boarded a bus one day and went to the Jethian. It was, I think, 15th of May somewhere. The school was closed as usual. I could only meet Mr. Vishnu Parolkar, who was our PT teacher. And then, of course, the guy who was, I think his name was Manoj Singh. He was that lab assistant used to be, and was also in charge to hand over all the mark sheet. So he says that, oh, you are number one in top. So I could not imagine that. Maybe that's a comment, but still I saw the things. It was all good, and it was all about saying about 84.6% marks. However, saying that 84% 6 marks doesn't make much difference to these days today. Okay, so coming back to the hotel management things, how the hotel management thing started, in fact. So having been meritorious, sometimes your fit is in the air, and you think that, oh, you are the one of the luckiest person among all the batch. So it's all going on. I was a student of class 11, 12 in Delhi Public School in Bokaro Steel City, and going through, as any Bihari one will do that. The parents of the all the Bihari students, they encourage you to fill up all the forms, And so anyone who is from Bihar will not end up just writing one IIT exam. He will write IIT, he will write NIT, he will write CIT, he will write combined entrance, he will write all WBSCs, he will go to the DEC, Delhi Engineering College, he will also go to that CET, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu and everything, whatever is available in fact around. And that's how we have, we have been all brought up. Okay, if it is changing now, that's a good thing in fact. So, okay, so having said that, we were there in the same things, and we will used to go to, there is a place in Bokaro, Ram Mandir, where you can get all the kind of exam forms selling across, and we'll go there, spend some time, see whatever is hanging, and we'll write the exam. So that's how I was also going through the same kind of, in the euphoria, you could say, and then filling up all the forms, getting some money in the name of forms from the parents, and although it was difficult for them, however, we will be getting managed. So one day there was a form hanging of hotel management too. So we all roommates, me, Vikas Chandra, Sudhir, everyone, made a plan that let's write hotel management exam also, having been, no idea about it. So we thought of, okay, let's write. So it was a hotel management forms. We filled it up. Somewhere around 450 rupees we have to pay the DD. And then there was a syndicate bank, means lesser known bank. And we went there, filled up the form. And as ill luck would have it, everybody got the acknowledgement of the form except Amit Kumar. I didn't get even my acknowledgement of the form, that whether the form has been received by the National Council of Hotel Management, which is the body for conducting the examinations. Now, again, never give up attitudes and having a fun with that. I said, okay, fine, the acknowledgement has not come, but definitely, the admit card will come. So that was in the month of April, April 98, in fact, April 1998. So that was the things going on. And then the days came, the admit card also arrived for everyone, for Vikas Chandra, for me, for other roommates. And the admit card also did not come to me. There was a clue to me. We were also writing in a lot of NDA exams. So, to tell you, I have passed through UPSC NDA and UPSC CDS at least 3 + 2, 5 times. So I have cleared 5 times the written examination of NDA, altogether NDA and CDS. So NDA 3 times, CDS 2 times. So there was a time when I will go for the SSB, I will be called veteran. So, during the first day itself in the briefing, they will tell who are the people, who are, have taken part more than one time in the SSB. And that's how we will be, put in different part in the crowd. So I think I have been to Allahabad, I have been to Bangalore, prior to long back for the SSB things. So there was a clue to me saying that whenever we fill up a form, you get to have the roll numbers in the sequence. So having the same clue, I said Vikas Chandra and all the Sudhir and everyone saying that, bhai, don't worry. I think there is the roll number will come behind you. Maybe they have forgot about the admit card. Okay. The reason was we were never, thought of the hotel management a career. We only thought of, okay, hotel management is just going to be fun, spending 450 rupees. Let's just see that what happens, At least you have some kind of, happiness that where do we end up? You have not met to any IIT, you have not met to CBSE medical exam. I was also PCMB boy. So you have not met to CBSE, you have not met to IIT, you have not met to Delhi College of Engineering. Now, so can you make it to the hotel management? So that was all about. So the day came, there was admit card, and the exam was supposed to be in Patna. It was Sunday. Saturday we thought of, okay, let's be one day before, because Patna exam starts at 9 o'clock. Now to be in the 9 o'clock in Patna, you need to start from Bokaro at least a day before. Otherwise you have a risk of missing the exam. So we all made a plan. My house, I was staying with my parents. My parents, in fact, rather my parents were all staying in Jahanabad. So that was en route to Patna. So we all made a plan that some people will stay with me in my house in Jahanabad. So we will all start from Bokaro one day before, and next day we'll catch Ganga Damodar or Palamu Express from Jahanabad to Patna, and that's how we will make. I briefed all my friends saying that please don't say about my admit card, that it has not arrived, because it will all create a panic among the people rather than being help of me or anything. And anyway, we are not thinking of hotel management as a career, so it was all a fun kind of things only, and that's how we all were there. Now coming Saturday, we all just ready at 8 o'clock morning. So somewhere about 8:25, 8:35, we have a super fast express going from Bokaro Steel City, coming from Ranchi, going from Bokaro Steel City, and going to Patna. Why I'm emphasizing so much on the time? Because here the the all unfortunate thing starts, in fact. So having said that, the hotel management exam form I filled up, didn't get the postcard as acknowledgement, didn't get the admit card, and this is a journey for the exam where I haven't got the admit card. I'm not sure about it. However, my friends have got it. So started the day just beyond the road. So Bokaro Steel City is a kind of township where you don't see anything what's happening outside of the world, in fact. So a township is very well planned township, and it's a disciplined one. You don't see any kind of ruckus inside. So it's a completely different world. But the moment you are out of the Bokaro Steel City, the sector area, you get into the common world where you have all the kiosks and everything of crowd and everything is there on the road. So again, the ill luck would have it. There was a Jharkhand Bandh that point of time, and that time Jhamumo was a kind of known as a party of all the hooligans, a party of all the Adivasi tribal people who will do any sort of nonsense without telling you in advance or in notice. So that was a uncalled or undeclared shutdown completely on Saturday on that day, and that came as a surprise to us. So me, Vikas Chandra, and I remember Mrityunjay. There was a guy with us, Mrityunjay Bablu. So we were all three were there. In fact, I think even Prem Chandra, Prem was I think from Navodaya. He was 1992 batch. I think he is now a DRDO scientist. Okay, so he was also with us. So we all trying our luck. The landlord got little sympathetic. So he said, okay, Amit, I will drop you to one of the point, which is called ADM. ADM is ADM block, administrative building in Bokaro Steel City. So he took out his Padmini car and, Fiat Padmini car, and he dropped us to ADM block. Today, still, I wonder why that fellow has not dropped us at least to the stations. Why did he drop us to the ADM block? But I think some people are built like that. Their thinking is up to that level only. So he could drop all of us to ADM block. To our peril, we didn't have any conveyance to reach to the railway stations. It was already about 8:15. Another half an hour to go to the the railway station. The railway station is still about 8 kilometers away from that. So now we were again clueless. Having said that, again, it was all a kind of fun ride. We were all trying to find out how to reach. We ran on the roads. We walked briskly. We caught off Thela. We again left the Thela. We caught into the tractors. We left tractors. We again caught off Thela. Like that, we stretched all our distances. In the last, just about a kilometer, we got a hold of one tracker. It was already filled, and we could even see the train is just passing through us. So Bokaro railway station is something like that. You could see the train passing through you. In fact, the roads are all barren. In fact, right from the far, from at least about 1 kilometer ahead, you can see the trains are passing through. So it was something like that. Your lucky train is passing through, in front of your eye. You cannot do anything about it. Okay. However, we all got into the tracker, and from the tracker, we ran away towards the train. It's something like that. We were going to catch someone, who has taken our money in the train, and we were just, chasing around. So people were just seeing after what happened to these guys. They were just running. We were ticketless. Definitely, we were ticketless. We all ran into the train, and the 5 rupees we have to give to the tracker fellow. We all in between itself we did it and give to the fellow in between the journey itself. So there was no any time to get out of the tracker and give the money to the driver. So we ran towards that, and the moment we got into the train started. So that was a ticketless journey. We all started from the Bokaro Steel City and got the train somehow. So we were on the way to the Patna. Gaya came in between. In fact, in between in Hazaribagh Road, I also had a fight with one of the local guy there in the train. We were in the full mood of having a full fun. So we had a good fight, in fact. So it was almost like making a train stand still. However, the train started in Hazaribagh Road and we were safe. So people were thinking that we were also a bunch of gundas, trying their luck with other people. So that's how it was all going on. In Gaya, the time came. So one of my friend was from Gaya. So he thought, okay, I will get down now. I will see you all in the Patna tomorrow. So we said, okay, fine. We'll see you. And then me, along with, I think, Bablu and Vikas. So we are all for Jahanabad. So we still thought, okay, we will not get down here in the Gaya. We will go to Jahanabad and we'll get down. So there was another fun there in Gaya. I got down. There was no any place to, no any washroom. You don't have, super fast. You don't have the washroom even. So the train, and it was very dirty. So we thought of, okay, relieve yourself on the tracks. So come out of the bogie, went to a little far, without realizing that the train will also leave you. So there was it. So I could see the people on the foot-over bridge, waving the hands, which signals me that, okay, the train is departing. In between, you have a dilemma. You have a dilemma that, whether to relieve yourself or catch the train. Okay. However, it was again a challenge. Got into the train, went to Jahanabad and went to the house. We were welcomed. Okay, like any failure boys or struggling boys will be welcomed in a house. So we served our some refreshment in the evening, some dinner in the night, and then we were all ready for early morning rise and go towards the Patna. So the time came, nobody spoke. They all kept the promise of saying that Envidcast has not come, not to make a breaking news among the family. So that was good from my friends. So now the journey starts in early morning. So that is again a kind of adventure. In Jahanabad, early morning, you can't be on the roads and that too in the rickshaw. So it was a risky affair. Although, we have heard about the news that people will stop you in between the road, will snatch some money and everything. However, we all thought of trying our luck again, and we were talking aloud just to make sure that, people do not treat us as we are from the outsider. And we reached to railway stations. This time, I'm not sure about that, we really bought a ticket or not. But I think we didn't again bought the ticket there. Okay, so we went to the Patna. Patna, we arrived. It was Sri Krishna College, somewhere Sri Krishna College, in Rajendra Nagar, that there is a center was there. Luckily, there were two centers in Patna, examination center, and both of them were nearby. Now, the time came, about somewhere around 9 o'clock, the gate opened and the peon, the gatekeeper started seeing everybody tickets and allowing everyone inside the examination center. I didn't have anything. I didn't have postcard, I didn't have admit card, I didn't have anything. However, I did one thing is that I carried my passport size photograph with me. I also went to the syndicate bank just to make sure that my demand draft has been encashed. So that was a kind of wisdom I had that point of time. And the bank manager was kind enough, in fact, to show me that, okay, there has been an encashment of your demand draft. So that kind of proof I had. So I had the DD number with me. I had that it has been encashed in the Delhi. Okay, so that is the only proof. And then my name. That time you never had the PAN card, you never had the Aadhaar card, you never had any self-ID proof to prove that you are Amit Kumar. Okay, so that was, I was just standing, telling my friends that please help me all around. Once you go inside, tell the supervisor, center supervisor, or anybody who is little, can take some decision, tell him that, I want to write the exam. First thing, you find out my name in the list. So that was very difficult. Amit, the name is also very common that, you can have several Amit altogether. So it was really, really very difficult. Still, Bablu was kind enough to persuade and pressurize the center supervisor inside that, you must, go and speak to my friend who is just waiting outside of the gate, Amit Kumar, that, he should write the exam. I was a little nervous. In fact, a little nervous. I was pretty much nervous. So what to do now? All my friends are inside and I'm just waiting outside, thinking that I have to write the exam. I went from one center to the second center. It was both are just about 500 meters apart. So going there saying that my name is Amit Kumar, I want to write the exam. I didn't get the admit card. They said they are laughing that what is this nonsense you all are talking about? Okay. However, the center superintendent came out, who was from Delhi, who was sent as an observer for this both the examination center. He came out. He says that yes, what's your problem? I tried my luck. Being in DPS, you could speak something, some little tutti-frutti English. So I said, sir, my name is Amit Kumar. My father name is Shri Shobhakant Sahi. I am from Bokaro Steel City. I haven't got the admit card. So can you please help me? I can write the exam. He says, but how can you say that you are Amit Kumar? And sir, I don't know. Means you get to help me out. Okay, what I could say that in case some Amit comes up and says that he is the legitimate Amit, I will give a undertaking, and I would take my candidature as forfeited. So he says, all right, fine. He could figure out my name in the list. It was saying 8270001. I think that Bokaro Steel City pin code. So saying that, okay, there is Amit Kumar, but it doesn't say that your father name is not there. So, and so is the no father name column itself is there. However, this person hasn't come. So maybe it is you, if that is the case. Okay. So he told me that it was already past about 45 minutes of the exam. So he gave me one A4 size paper. I wrote one application saying that I'm Amit Kumar, and I undertake this thing, saying that in case of somebody else claims against this roll number of examination things, my candidature will be forfeited. And I put my photograph there. By the time I was inside the examination hall, it was already past 45 minutes, about 1 hour in fact. I got to the roll number place. Luckily, the examination papers were there on the table. It was already there with the roll number sequence. So it was for me like snatching the examination paper and writing something, because I had to make up for all my lost time. It was negative marking. I did it my bit, and another fun started now. So the invigilator, the Mishraji or Tiwari or Sharmaji, I don't remember his name exactly. He came to see that where is my admit card. He got little disturbed that without admit card, this fellow is writing the exam. So, he just got panicked and, shouting to another Tiwari ji, saying that I have somebody, who is writing exam without admit card. So how you all, how do I, allow this? And how this person has got inside the, examination center? So then again, he made me stop to write the exams. So another 5-10 minutes gone into that. And then I said that that gentleman who has come from Delhi, center supervisor, please speak to him, sir. And maybe, he can tell you. So I haven't got my admit card, and that's why he has permitted. I have got this application form, which can be, given to you. So somehow again he contacted, and then those 10 minutes again made me stop writing it. And then after that, he allowed me. So I wrote my exam. I think about 15 minutes before, I was not sure of some of the answers. So negative marking, you don't even touch those questions where you are not sure about it. So I did not write it and just left that. And I think before 15 minutes, I was okay, done. So that was the kind of exam. We all were out of the examination hall. Having said that, one fun ride is over. Now what to do next? We all heard of Mona Theatre Hall, which is there, one of the biggest screen in Patna. We never had the opportunity to watch the movie in Mona alone with the friends. So that was a kind of dream we all had. Okay, so let's go. It was nearby. We all rushed to that place in the Gandhi Maidan, Patna, Mona side, and we found out there is a movie, Janam Samjha Karo. We have screening in, and that's how we all got inside. I think spending about some 7-8 rupees. We were all enjoying the biggest screen in Bihar, and watching the Janam Samjha Karo movie without even thinking that what would happen in the exam and what is going to be the career. So that all got over. We all went back to our place, and the evening we all went back to Bokaro back, and back for the next things. So that's how the things came. And the exam of the hotel management went through. Little aware of that, this is going to be a kind of for me, it's going to be a my lifetime career, and deciding about my career, deciding about my life too. So the time came. I was in my house, and then all the results started getting published. Hotel management was not again such an exam where the results will get published with so much having a publicity, at least at that point of time. So all the exams slowly started getting declared, RIT, DC and everything. The result was 0. So the time came for the hotel management also. Then again, parents reminded me, what happened to the hotel management exam, which you wrote it, the writing. So what is the next step? I said there, if I get successful, there will be, interview round. I'll be called for counseling. And the counseling things was also in something like that. I went to the telephone booth, called up the Delhi number, saying that, sir, my roll number is this, and, tell me whether my name is figuring and what is to be done next. That time, STD calls were all 16 rupees per minute, 16 rupees, 16 rupees per minute, a call, STD call. So more than talk, you get to see the meters, what is there on the meter, and then your heartbeat more starts, and you end up in fact saying a lesser thing than what is required. So again, spoke to the person. He was a kind of, scolding in the nature. He says, what are you doing now? You have got your interview schedule in Kolkata, Taratola Road. There is a IHM college there. You get to be there, and there is a interview on this date. So I have to go to Kolkata now. Again, there is no any interview call with me. So he says interview call has been sent to your place. So I was not sure about it, that I'm going to get an interview call. So I was even not least bothered. Again, I called up the landlord in Bokaro Steel City, find out that is there any kind of, they have got a interview call letter. We never had a telephone at our house. We never had a mobile phone at our house. So that landlord was good into his thing, saying that, Amit, we have got the interview call letter, but we can't tell you, we can't communicate to you. So I was saying, yes, that's correct only. I should have called you and find out. So uncle says that, "Theek hai, aake leke jao, and then you can take this interview call letter and go ahead." Okay. I just asked him, sir, please open it, uncle, and read it for me. What is that says that? He said the same thing, the interview call center, this date, and you get to be present between this time. So the next journey started for the interviews. Again, not sure about this hotel management career, what it's going to be all about. And I started my journey for Kolkata from Jahanabad, how to go about it. So was knowing that from Dhanbad you get Black Diamond Express. So it was easier for me, rather going from Patna to Kolkata or Howrah. I thought of let's go by our own family route, and then I went to Bokaro, Dhanbad, and from Dhanbad I caught a Black Diamond, and then we were there. When you there in the Kolkata, you tell that address, Taratola Road. Today I am very familiar because I have been in Kolkata for a long time. So, but that time, I was not able to pronounce even Taratola Road. It was, such a kind of unknown task to, unknown area to find out about. And everybody was more of in Bengali and things. Then again, I caught hold of policeman, thinking that police fellow will say something. He says, no, I am helpless. You ask the drivers. So I asked the driver how to reach Taratola. So somebody, gave me some bus numbers and all, boarded that bus. So I'm telling him all the time on each stop that, I have to get down Taratola, just to make sure that, I don't get down at some other wrong address. So having no idea that Taratola is so far from the Howrah. It is so far from the Howrah, in fact. So as the destination came, got down there, walked to that college, waiting for my turn to for the interviews. No idea. This was the first interview I was facing, in fact. So thinking of a lot of that will be a big interview panel. See, you'll be asked so many questions. Okay. So somehow my number came, I think second last it was. So I was called on. I was thinking a list only that, maybe, they have not thought about it, about my candidature. So they have just called me in the second last only. I went inside. People asked me, what's your name? I said, sir, Amit Kumar. He says, why you want to do the hotel management? I says, sir, I don't have any idea. I didn't get into the IT. I didn't get into the CBSE. I didn't get into any of the engineering college. I didn't also get into the NDA. And I have filled up this form. And that's why you have called me. Saying, okay, you don't have the admit card. Yes, sir, I don't have the admit card. I could see that, he was having the same A4 size handwritten paper in his hand, and he's saying, okay, fine. So another gentleman asked me, tell me name of 5 vegetables except potato, tomato, onion, brinjal, lady's finger. First, I got very happy that it is all about 5 vegetables, but then this fellow has already said all those 5 vegetables which I know about it. potato, tomato, onion, brinjal. So what's the left, in fact, after this? However, I strained my brain and then I started saying, sir, cauliflower, then sir, pumpkin. Then again I said, sir, this cabbage. So like that I could say about 4 of them, 4 vegetables name, and then I say, okay, fine. I again thought to myself that is this a kind of interview you get through, and is there any possibility of getting into the next step? So anyway, I saying, okay, leave it. It is all about coming to Kolkata, and only I was worried that what will I say to reply to my parents? What are the questions asked in the interviews? So that was a kind of very, very funnier part. However, that was the case. That was the reality. So I came out of that place and fine. Boarded the train again back to home, Jahanabad, waiting for the next what is going to happen. So it was in the month of July. Again, the reminder came saying that find out what has happened to the result. Again called up the Delhi numbers and trying to find out what's my result. The same similar kind of voice came. Okay, you have to report for the counseling. The counseling, what was the first time I was hearing counseling. So counseling is not about the admission. So I thought, what is the counseling? Then this time I said, let's talk in Hindi and be very more clear about it. Okay. So sir, what is the counseling? Karna kya sir counseling mein? Saying that that's the admission process. So as per your rank, you have been given a choice and you have been selected for this course, and you have to report to Chennai by this date. If you don't report by this date, these seats will be given to someone else. Okay. So, and you should go with the DD of some amount, some 25,000 amount, 22,000 amount rupees was there. So, and that's without hostel tuition fee. Chennai was some place where we never thought of, we never imagined of. It was all Madras, and we never had a culture of that. We can go to Chennai, and how we go to the Chennai first time, thinking that. I only had one idea that from Bokaro there is a train which goes Bokaro-Alleppey Express. Probably it goes to Chennai, and that time it was not going to Chennai. It was going through Sri Perambur. It is not Chennai Central. It is Sri Perambur, one of the station, in fact. And it used to go to Katpadi. A lot of people used to go to the Vellore for the medication purpose, and that's why I used to know that there is a Bokaro-Alleppey Express which goes towards Chennai. So I said, fine, let me do my things. I came back, told my mother, saying that. Kuch 25,000 rupees, the DD is needed. She got into the thoughtful process from where this 25,000 rupees is going to come. So she said, okay, fine. But are you sure that you have got selected? I says, yes, over the phone they have said. But then what is the proof? I said, there is no proof. He has said that he has made one thing that in this favor, IHM, CT and AN, Chennai, I have to make a DD. So she was very skeptical about it, that whether I have got selected also or not. And it was all about money, lending, taking out from the GPF. We never had a money to pay for the tuition fee. So it was withdrawing GPF on the short notice. And then within 2-3 days, we got our DD made. And in a same conventional way, a DD used to take at least 1 day of time. And we got our DD made. I went to Patna just to find out, means how do I go to Chennai? Okay, so they told me that there is a train you can catch from Bokaro. There is a train from Patna also, Sanghmitra Express, but it does not go every day. So there is a Bokaro-Alleppey which goes every day. I says, fine, that sounds good. Okay, so I will go with the Patna things, and that's how I'll go with the Bokaro things. And from Jahanabad, I got to Bokaro, and then again waiting in Bokaro station for the Bokaro-Alleppey, which starts in the morning 10 o'clock. And that's how I boarded my train for Chennai. The train also does not go to Chennai that point of time. Now it has started going to Chennai, and got down at Chennai without having any parents with you. And what I made there, I was with like a army person, having my full bed holding with me, and thinking that how to go to the college, how to report to college. Then found out that there is a bus also goes there. I got very happy that bus goes there. So unlike in Bihar, in metros you don't have the city buses taking a lot of luggages. In fact, I didn't have any idea about it, that you can get into the bus without a lot of luggages. So I was very happy that you have the buses, so bus will take you there. So I thought, okay, you'll have a dicky, you'll have a good luggage space. I went with all my luggages to the bus stop, having been discovered that you do not have anyone with that kind of luggage there, and they are all waiting. So I never had the idea there is a city bus something. Okay, However, it was in the morning, so they all allowed me, thinking that he looks from outside of Chennai, so let's allow him. It was 5C bus, and we all board, means me along with so many passengers, we all boarded, reached to the college, and that was a story. How did I make to the hotel management? Okay, only thing is that I never gave up. I never gave a second thought that okay, you have to be in the IIT or you have to be in so many things. There were in people, all my friends suggested, okay, I have never heard of the hotel management. If you get to do hotel management, you get to, clean the toilets, you need to, take all the soil plates and all. That's about the hotel management. I said work is work. I have not watched the race movie at that point of time. Kaam hota hai. But I say work is work. Let us throw some excel into that area itself. So that will have probably more scope where no person has gone there. So that was the kind of inner feeling I always had when I went to the hotel management. So that's about reaching the college. I think this is more for this session. Maybe next time we all will catch up again, and then we will have a lot of interaction about it. Thank you so much, having been so patient in listening to me. Thank you so much. One hour only.
हाँ जी, तो आप लोग का जीडी नहीं हुआ था? खाली यही पूछा कि 5 गो सब्जी के नाम बताओ।
Yeah, it's still live.
हैं?
मेरे को
आप लोग को इंटरव्यू के बाद इंटरव्यू करके 5 को इधर 5 को इधर वाला जीडी उडी कुछ नहीं है टॉपिक देखे अंग्रेजी में बोलते जाइए
नहीं
वो तो बोलते का जीडी तो नहीं बोल पाते
बोलते क्यों नहीं बोलते एनडी किया था ना
तो बोले कि काउंसलिंग भी नहीं समझ पा रहे थे
वर्ड नहीं समझ पा रहे थे
हिंदी में बता रहे थे 5 को सब्जी के नाम छोड़ के बताना है ना अब आज हम लोग लाखों सब्जी के नाम आज बैगनी के 5 को नाम बता देंगे हैं ओवरजीन एक प्लांट ब्रिंजल हैं तो हम लोग को दे दिया था हम लोग को सबसे पहले दिया जो काउंसलिंग में बुलाया